So just to start, I want to remind you that the written portion of your interview assignment is due this week before lab. There are two topics for lectures this week, job search and labor market. Sometimes it feels like job searching is overwhelming, like there's only so much of it in your control, just really the tip of the iceberg. All the control is in the employer's hands. They know who they're looking to hire. They already know their team and the type of personality that might fit. They have criteria for certification or education. They might even have a general idea of the age of the person they would like to hire. Today we're going to look at some job search strategies that really do work, even though some of them may have you have to go out of your comfort zone. First things first, it's important to define your iceberg. What kind of company would you like to look for? Who would you want to work for? Do you need to find related summer experience so you can add it to your resume? Even if it's not quite the type of work that you would like to be doing in the long run? Does the company have room for growth? You need to consider your past experience and your recent education, the combination of the two. What roles or positions are you now going to be qualified for? What are you willing to do? Are you willing to relocate? When you think about it, where do you picture yourself working? So searching for work. We're going to look at the hidden jobs, informational interviews, cold calling, job postings, and networking. Hidden jobs. It's necessary work that no one has identified yet, maybe. This often takes place when you are already working at a company. Maybe you even like your current employer, but not your particular job. Is there something that needs to be done consistently? Have a look around in the company. Is it something that you enjoy doing? Maybe take it on. It may end up morphing into a different role for you. Or maybe you're talking to friends, family, or someone in your network, and they mention a known upcoming position. It hasn't been advertised yet. Make sure you ask for more details. Other companies often ask employees, if they know of anyone. Some even give bonuses for a referral that works out. So how do you find them? How do you find hidden jobs? First, pay attention. If someone mentions an opening, get more details. See if you can get a name of a hiring manager that you can follow up with. Ask if you can mention that you heard about it from them. Look beyond the big name companies out there. Often you can gain a wider breadth of skills in a smaller company. Ask if anyone knows of positions. This approach is often being at the right place at the right time, so it can be more of a long-term game. Informational interviewing. This is about having an informal conversation with someone working at a company or in a position that interests you. It can be an effective tool to be done after you've already done some online research. It's not about getting a job interview or finding a job opening or posting. It's to gain more information to guide you in your job search. This can definitely be out of your comfort zone, reaching out to people you don't know. But I would encourage you to remember, at some point in their lives, they were in a similar situation. Most people enjoy taking some time to share their career path. It gives them an opportunity to reflect and give advice to someone entering their field. They may very well have done the same thing in their history. It's worth doing. Let's look at some of the benefits. First, you get an insider point of view. first-hand, relevant information. What's it really like to work in the field? Maybe you'll find out about a position or career path that you weren't even aware of. You can also get information about working with certain companies. It can give you a hiring perspective. You may get insight into what to include when applying, what a company is really looking for. Is there an additional certification that would really make you stand out? Doing this can also increase your network. Ask if it's okay to stay in touch with them. See if you can get their email address. Make sure you follow up with a thank you. This person could be an important part of your future network. And hopefully you gain knowledge of what you will need to really succeed in your career. Possible questions, make sure you write some down before you do an informational interview. So, how did you start out in the industry? What's your biggest challenge in this role? What did your educational path look like? What professional development have you taken that was really of value to you? What is the company or organizational culture like? What kind of opportunities or challenges do you face? What do you think are some of the challenges for someone starting in this industry today? Job fairs can be another great opportunity to connect with employers. Frost Campus Job Fair is Thursday, February the 7th, 2019, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Before you attend a job fair, make sure you research the companies. Look at the list of employers that are going to be attending. Then you can prepare a targeted cover letter and a resume. During a job fair, you want to behave and appear as though you are on an actual interview. Make sure you're brief. Try and be interesting. Come up with some questions. And be there with a purpose. Make sure you get a business card. Follow up. Remind them of your conversation. Take notes right after. If you flip a business card over, it's often blank, and you can write a few things down that you want to make sure you remember. There's some important things to do when you attend a job fair. So first, know what the companies do and why. You need to know your own skills and have some examples of accomplishments. Sometimes some interview questions are asked. Make sure you can say something about yourself that differentiates you from other students. Have some knowledge about their company going in. What kind of products do they produce, or what kind of industry? Do a little bit of research. Check out their website, right? Ask what their company values in a new employee. Ask what their work environment is like, or what they like most about working in that field. There's also some things you definitely don't want to do. Don't stand in a line, finally get up to talk to a hiring manager and say, "What do you do?" Don't ask them if they have any jobs right now. Don't just answer their questions with a yes or a no. Don't ask for a job without knowing anything about their company. If there's people behind you, make sure you don't monopolize their time. Ask questions about information that can readily be found on the company's website. Sorry, don't ask questions. The next thing we're going to discuss is cold calls. This can feel awkward at first. It really does get easier with practice. Don't just try one. Set a goal for yourself and do a minimum of 5, say, initially. Why do this? Well, you can beat the flood. University and college students start applying to jobs around the same time. Cold calling can help you avoid the competition. It is unexpected by the employer, but similar to an informational interview, you can become an informed candidate. So what do you say? Well, first, you're going to introduce yourself. Remember to mention your college program. Ask to speak to the person in charge of hiring. Be sure to obtain their name. Write it down. Ask if they have time to speak with you. If not, ask when it is a good time to call back. Write that down too. Explain the reason for your call. Be sure to be ready to market your skills and abilities. If they're interested in what they hear, be prepared for questions. It would be like an initial screening interview. The objective is to get the employer to accept your resume and consider you for a future opportunity. You may also want to ask if they have any other names that you should contact. Definitely start with a script for cold calls. Figure out exactly how you want to start. Hi, my name is so-and-so. I'm enrolled in the environmental technician program this year at Fleming College and hoping to speak with someone about applying for work. Would this be a good time to talk for a few minutes? Then you speak with the person. Good morning, Mr. Jones. My name is so-and-so, and I'm currently job searching and looking into companies in the whatever sector. I was looking at your website yesterday and I had a few questions about your company. I wonder if you had a few minutes just to give me some information. Postings. This is the typical way most people apply. Here are some tips though that can help with this. So tag your favorite pages. Are there websites that you keep going back to or search engines? Develop a schedule of when you are going to check those pages. You can set up some automatic feeds, Google alerts. Ensure that you target specific company pages. Don't just rely on those larger trolling sites. Keep organized. Save the job postings that you do end up applying for. Volunteer work. You can show your potential. It could help in the future. The people that you work with there, the supervisor and other co-volunteers, could end up providing you with job leads or even provide you with a reference. It gives you the opportunity to be involved in your community, and if it's in your field, you can gain insight into what it will really be like working in your field. Here's the take action assignment this week. Which job search strategies are you planning on using? List a minimum of 2. And from the labor market lecture that follows this one, what does NOC stand for? So self-care is an important aspect of job searching, especially when you're doing it on top of all the work you already have within your college program. Make sure you set goals. How much time will you spend a week job searching? How many jobs will you apply to? Reward yourself when you reach your goals. Maybe that will be going for a hike, enjoying the quiet of nature. Maybe for you, it will be going fishing or going out with friends to have a good time. There is also support available. You can go to career services here at the college to get expert advice and tips. There are also free employment service centers in most communities. These are funded by Employment Ontario in this province. Other provinces offer similar services. You can get career coaching access, a job developer, or you may qualify for a funded program. Putting these strategies in place, we hope that you can flip your iceberg.